Watercooler, watercooler, watercooler.
Dawson looked at his watch mid-theme song like
Sure
he's
did.
already ready to
Sure
go.
did. He's
What the hell just happened?
But
No,
I
I
will say,
did.
by the end, Dawson was giving me a knowing look of like, you know what? I got this. I think we're good. I'm going to be able to stay for the show. But when he first did it, it looked like, fuck. Like,
No, I had
Already-
sworn.
Oh.
I had sworn. I looked at my clock earlier, and it was after 6.
your wrist clock?
Yeah, my wrist clock. I looked at my wrist clock earlier, and I swore I saw it after 6. And then I looked at that clock, and it says 5:23, and I'm like,
Oh, you're comparing.
this
the-
is weird. Okay.
Well, the way you did it as the theme song started made it look like you were like, all right, we're 2 seconds into this. I'm already fucking gone.
Gotta go.
Yeah. Well, I always
news for you,
assume.
Dawson. 7:30 out here in Austin, where I am. The show's
Wow,
starting
dude.
real
Living
late
on-
today.
living on
real
Tulsa time.
late.
Matt, you're.
Yep.
I can't believe you're busting out the time zone talk right now. I thought we were saving that till later. Leave people waiting. Because
Yeah.
everybody loves time zone talk.
You're right. We should have teased it. That's really what the people want.
Yeah, the TZT comes later in the show, but all right.
See,
just
Matt
give-
can't make the production meetings now because we
Yeah.
don't do them over Zoom. We do them in the parking lot.
Yeah. How's the weather out there compared to here too? People love that.
Well, I have no idea what the weather's like where you are, but where I am, it's fucking hot.
This is why we don't have
It's not
pre-production.
even summer
yeah,
yet.
this is what happens when we don't have pre-production. He doesn't know what our weather is right now.
Matt should fly back and forth for the production meetings and then fly back to Austin to be on
Mm.
the show.
Well,
Cool.
anyway.
Can I bill that to Corolla Digital?
You know, hey,
Sure
welcome, welcome to Watercooler episode number 332, also known as 69 plus 69 plus 69 plus 69 plus 56. Thank you so much for tuning in to another wonderful episode. This is where I, Chris Loxamana, kick it with my Curl Digital buds and Matt. With me today, Gary Smith.
So what's up?
Hey. Mike Dawson's here.
Aloha.
And, of course, Matt Fondelier from Austin, Texas.
Hey, brother.
Hey, buddy. All right, we got a lot to get into.
How have you not dropped a howdy brother yet?
Howdy.
Yeah.
You got to embrace
Thought
your
about
fucking
it, and then
culture,
I
Matt.
thought,
Embrace
it's a little
your
obvious.
culture.
I think it's a little obvious.
Yeah, how soon till Matt develops just a little twang in his speech? Because you find friends who go study abroad in England and they come back with a little British accent.
come back
Kaylin
saying-
does it.
they come-
I swear Kaylin does it.
Yeah, absolutely. You come back with saying Barcelona.
Yeah.
Like that. You're like, "No, come on, man. Come on. We
Yeah, what
went
are you
to the
doing?"
same high school together in SoCal. Don't do that.
Matt would come back from Mexico and he'd just be like, "Oh, can I get some tapatio with
Yeah.
my food there?" I'm like, "Geez, dude, calm down. You were there for a weekend."
The one thing that I do want to try to put into my vocabulary that I think I'm allowed to now is y'all. I feel like y'all is pretty convenient. It's way shorter than you guys.
Yeah.
So I
And-
haven't really found a need for it yet, but that to me is probably going to be the first indication that I'm changing, you know?
Fuck off now, you see?
There's that. Let me tell you something, Matt. That is one thing that I am truly, truly jealous of, is because I want to say y'all.
You want to be a y'aller?
I want my emails to say y'all.
Hey, y'all.
Shot caller.
Yeah. I want to be a y'all or shot caller. I want my email to say it. I want, instead of writing you guys or you all just sounds unnatural. That's already out.
You all.
That's off.
That's no good.
You all doesn't work. I too, Chris, am jealous of the y'all. So I've gotten very comfortable with the hi all in an email to a group.
Yes.
Hall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've yet to go to the hall.
That's true. It should just be an H
Hall.
apostrophe A-L-L. Hall. They'll think you're Swedish.
Yeah. Hall. Do that. Try that. Let's just see if anybody. Let's have that catch on.
I can't be trying things right now.
Hall, everybody. Gary here. Yeah.
Yeah.
I am jealous, Matt, but then I feel if I use it, there's going to be follow-up questions. Oh, where you from?
Yeah. Where'd you grow up?
Where'd you grow up? Long Beach,
Long
California.
Beach?
Yeah.
Where do you live now? Long Beach.
Because you guys are you guys, saying you guys.
I feel like that's going
this
out the
day and
window.
age, you can't do that
Can't do
anymore.
that. No, because there's
What do you mean,
every
you
email
guys?
chain is mixed groups, you know. You got ladies on there.
Right. Sometimes I'm in email chains with all ladies.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. So it's
Matt talks. Here's the fellas. Y'all are
email
both married.
chains. They're emails.
It's work.
Yeah. But sometimes they're all, and I go, oh, thanks, guys. and then I think, oh, I shouldn't have said that.
You gotta stop.
But it sounds creepy if I go, thanks, gals.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, girls.
I think early
Thanks
on
all.
I was working on a
All.
For Crying Out Loud,
All.
and I wrote to Lynette and Stephanie, and I wrote something like, "Hey girls, let's try to figure it out." And Stephanie wrote me back. She's like, "Never do that again."
No.
Okay.
No.
Whatever.
It is
Double
creepy.
down.
You can't do that. But then they get mad if sometimes they'll get mad if it says guys.
Yeah.
So yeah, y'all needs to be a thing out here. Y'all need to get okay with y'all from California.
Yeah.
Is what I think.
I think we just fix the big problems as we are wont to do on the water cooler.
Well, I also have a weird thing with girls because saying the word girls because, for instance, I think of myself still weirdly as like part of the kids'
As a
table.
girl.
As a girl, but also just that I think of myself as a boy, as a kid. Like I'm a freaking 36-year-old man, baby. But in the grand scheme of things, I think like right now, kids, like we're just boys. And I remember I was talking to Adam, and we were playing a video, and he's like, "Oh, which one is it?" And I go, "Oh, it's the one where the girl says blah blah blah," and he goes, and he's just confused. I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Why'd you say girl?" Because she's clearly an old woman. She was like a woman, but I meant female, but I said girl, and then that hits me like, oh yeah, girl means like a female child.
I don't know how you guys sleep at night.
Not
I don't know
well.
how you
It's tough.
reconcile
Not
this
well.
life you're living.
Yeah.
I feel bad for y'all.
See, you can do it. He's already in like a outlaw.
You're in a
band.
band. You're allowed
Yeah.
to say that.
I say howdy all the
And
time.
Chris, you too.
I can say
Yeah.
y'all.
I like howdy.
So
I've
I
been saying howdy since high school.
my opening song during the intro. How y'all doing?
That's
Let me
good.
hear
That
you.
works.
That's the song.
Here's the thing,
No, I
Chris.
can
If
say
you
doesn't
that
say,
sound like
to
a
the
song.
crowd.
Oh, okay.
No, that's not the lyrics. That's
Okay.
my
You can say that.
greeting.
I think you can say that.
I feel like Chris, you're allowed to say y'all at the very beginning of your set before anybody's heard what kind of music you play, because they're not going to think about it. But if you have been playing your rock and roll,
Your slow love songs.
Right.
your love songs,
I
and then
agree.
like an hour into the set, you're like, "Hey, y'all, what do you think of this?" They're going to be like, "What are you talking about?" But you could do it at the top of your show,
And
and
then
then people are going to forget that you said it.
Yeah, but only if you immediately go into a Biggie cover.
Okay,
That also works.
that'll be quite.
Just, I mean, you want them confused. They're
Oh, no,
midway
they-
through the first song, and they're like, I'm going to need another drink.
The
I don't know
audience-
what the hell is going on? Where am I? Like, what is happening?
Yeah, the audience will get whiplash if I do something like that. Now, what do you think about me saying if it's all females, like say in this email chain? Thanks, ladies.
I do it all the time.
Nice work, ladies.
Yeah. I will
I have
just
been
respond to that
reprimanded
to
for
a group
this.
of
Do
guys
not.
as well.
Yeah. Was it because you said girls or just you? Well, Stephanie has more of a history with it because she's a little more in tune with all that stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but
That's true.
yeah. So I'm just thinking like, it just sounds creepy. I think it's more of the creepiness factor when I mention hello, ladies. Hi, ladies.
Yeah, just everyone. Use the word everyone. It applies to everyone. And
Hi,
I think,
everyone.
You know, this is business.
I'm
you
Dr.
know?
Nick.
Hey, everybody.
Yeah, I guess I'll just have to do that. But just addressing everybody. And like with the whole like they, them, and all the other pronouns now, I find it weird. I have trouble saying like ma'am or sir now. Does that like you can't do that anymore? Like thanks, like when I'm checking luggage into the airport. Do you have any lithium batteries? No, ma'am. Is usually what I'll say.
So here's what I was taught when I was.
Do you have any lithium batteries?
That's
does
a
that come up
que-
often?
Yes,
Dude,
every time you check a bag.
have you ever been to an airport?
Oh, okay.
Every time you check a bag, they bring that up.
Yes.
Chris, what I was taught.
By the way,
when
I fly with a ton of lithium batteries. They don't check.
Yeah, you lie. You lie about it.
What are lithium batteries? Like what? Like camera batteries or
Camera batteries, power banks.
Dude, I have like 5 power banks
So do
in my
I.
bag. What do they care now?
Because they could set fire, bro.
They're not going to set fire.
That's only. if
They're
you buy
little
the-
mofy power banks.
But see, here's the thing: people buy off-brand. Those things set on fire every now and then.
Unplugged?
Yeah, they can. It's happened.
Oh, brutal. Okay.
You spontaneously combust, dude.
Well, then they should say, do you have any non-off-brand
Do you have a
lithium
ghetto?
batteries?
Do you have a ghetto lithium battery, like an old one that's like out of touch and shouldn't, has been around for 5 years? That one you can't bring. But I mean, the annoying thing, Chris, is that right around the time they started doing that was around the time that all the luggage companies started building lithium-ion batteries into the fucking luggage.
I heard like away cases have
I have one of
USB
those.
chargers. Phone chargers, lithium batteries and I've heard over the intercom or the announcements when people are boarding and things like, please remove your away. I guess you can remove them.
Yeah, you push down and it pops out.
Yeah, you have to. Where are you going to put them? That's your luggage.
Well,
where are you going to put them?
Well, you know what happens
on the plane.
You know what happens? It's 5:30 in the morning and you're headed to Montana and the lady at the desk tells you to pop it out. So you pop it out and you put it in your backpack and then you get to Montana and you go, fuck, they stole my battery. And then 9 months later you find it in your backpack.
Oh, okay.
I don't mean.
I thought you were trying to get a free battery. Like, away.
No, I'm not. But that literally happened to me. I thought for sure when I got home, when I got to Montana, I looked down at that hole and I was like, God damn it, they stole my battery because it'd been 4:30 in the morning or something when I did it, and I completely forgot. And like 9 months later, I was cleaning out my backpack and I found this battery with an away logo on it. And I was like, you're an asshole.
I did the same thing with weed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did that bum you out when your battery was stolen out of your luggage?
It did.
Yeah.
I was not happy.
Yeah, it's a bummer, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Power bank unplugged.
Things getting stolen is just not chill, dude. It's
No,
like
it's
I would not 0 out of 10 would not advise.
I empathize
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah.
That's a tough one.
You had something stolen, or?
Oh, well, a couple things in my past.
Did you know that one of the official rules of our Facebook group is we're not cool with that dude who owned the Sandbox wedding venue? That is
It's
one of
still there?
That's still there.
You should take that down, man.
No, we're not
Nobody's
cool
heard
with
from
him.
that
I'm
guy.
not cool with
Cool
him.
with him.
I'm not cool with him.
Yeah, me neither.
Are you cool with him?
I've made peace with him. One,
That's
two.
different.
Okay, we'll reset a little bit. The Sandbox owner was my first wedding venue. Before the pandemic, we booked this wedding venue. Pandemic hits. This guy disappears with our money, along with everyone else's money who had the venue, and just never heard from him again. No show, no call.
Screwed everyone.
Nothing. Yeah, and just disappeared. Now,
Not
he
cool.
could have died of COVID or something. Like, what if he just died?
We should be
And
so
he
lucky.
was let's say he was in his wedding preparation room, like, oh, I can't wait for all these weddings. Oh, looking at a picture of me and Jen, what a cute couple. They're so and just dies, and that's why we don't hear from him again. We don't know that. So
I heard he
that's
was
why
on
I'm
a
not going
flight
to say
Mexico and somebody's Mophie charger exploded.
You're half right. I did hear he went to Mexico to take care of a sick family member. And then
Typical.
I'm still not cool with him.
still not cool with him.
No. Leave the money here, bruh.
He may have. What if it's just sitting in his safe?
When you get that money back, then I'll be cool with him.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
I appreciate that you've made peace with him and you're a better person than I am, but ultimately, that's not cool to just disappear.
You're right. If it all worked out that way, and then you got to think of it like this: had that happened, I would not have found the place that we got married in, which was 10 times better than that place, and everything went way better than I could have ever imagined. So what if it was all meant to be that way? So how am I supposed to hate on this guy?
Once again, better person than me. I still remember the day that you were telling the story about you and Jenny getting completely screwed over and your soul was leaving your body. It was the first of many such events. And you know what, Chris? I'm going to go out on a limb and say the guys who broke into your car in Oakland may have been starving and needed the food to feed their families. Still not cool with them either.
That's not the way you do it.
I'm just saying, I'm not cool with either of them. There's ways to conduct yourself, and it is not disappearing with a bunch of people's money.
Dawson, your yawns are the
whole
most
episode.
audible
Crazy.
thing. Like I gotta
a mic.
I gotta turn off your compressor or something. I could hear it.
If I had a
Definitely.
dollar,
What are you doing? If
I got
you're
meat
not
coma.
done this episode,
you're not doing it
Good
into
barbecue today.
you're not doing it into the mic, I can hear it in both my ears.
Based on the plate that I saw in the fridge with your name on it, I'm scared if you'll ever come to work again.
So
You're
good.
gonna be in a meat coma forever. Matt, we had Baby Blues Barbecue come through today, the owner, and he brought us a bunch of stuff. It was so
It made me miss you, Matt, because usually when food is scheduled to arrive at the studio via a guest or a caterer or something, Matt would send out an email telling everybody. But he would always describe it as delicious. So which is unnecessary, but appreciated. Hey, everybody, heads up. We have a person from Baby Blues Barbecue coming over, and they're going to be catering with some delicious barbecue. So make sure to not bring lunch or something like that.
Right.
And,
I paint a picture with my words here. You know, I want to add a descriptor. who wants to read it just about food? It's got to be delicious food to really entice you, to really get your mouth watering.
Okay, Michelangelo.
Oh, I'm gonna do a chez fondue. It's just about food.
Well,
no, you see that reaction you guys have right now? That's because I didn't say the word delicious.
Well, I've said this before. You're right. I'm not interested in chez fondue right now. Nothing actually abhors me more.
That's clear.
than
right,
you going
Vincent
to
Van, go fuck yourself.
Going to your food segment after that sell. Now, I've said this before because they did this when they were searching for the next Food Network star, and that's kind of how they found Mr. Guy Fieri. Is they had them do a fake test where, Gary, what are you doing?
That one was actually involuntary.
Hey, Matt.
I've done one. We did have barbecue.
Why is everybody yawning?
What's up, Pablo Picasso?
All right,
Chris, you know how long a day I've had. Give me the one. You don't have to call me out on one after we let Dawson get away with 13 before
It was at least 9.
Yeah.
At least 9.
I was counting. It was 13.
Okay.
you're right. No, Gary's
is all
within
on
my
video,
eyesight.
so
I just
Yes,
saw
I know. I'm sorry. I yawned staring deep into your eyes, which is much more
did.
offensive. But for me, I have more of an eye line.
Felt
with
like I was
Dawson,
inhaled. Yeah. So anyway, the next great Food Network show, whatever it shows, they test people and they had to take a bite of food and explain what it tasted like. And they got mad if you said delicious because you have to say, oh, it's so sweet and savory, and you kind of just use more terms where there's a little heat coming from the jalapenos.
Great crunch on the breading there.
Yeah, you have to just because delicious means nothing to the viewer.
The texture's perfect.
But Guy Fieri is like,
Fieri.
that's his thing, though. Like, maybe he passed the audition without it, but now you watch his show and he just goes, wow, that's so good. Oh, man, this is amazing.
Actually, what he says is that's outrageous or that's out of this world.
Yeah, he kind of came up with his own phrases
That's
like
out
money.
of this world. Yeah,
That's money.
exactly.
Oh, money. Mm.
Yeah.
But the thing is, though, Matt, his
Just
face,
a nice Italian boy from Santa Rosa.
his facial expressions say it all. So that definitely helps. And Flavor Town. Welcome to Flavor Town. Population me.
That is out of bounds. That's
Yeah.
another one. That's another one of his favorites.
Out of bounds. Yeah, I love it. So anyway, let's do a Shay because
Hey.
it's been too long since we've had a nice Shay fondue from Matt in Austin. So I can't wait to hear what is this
I'm gonna
Austin
try
part 4.
really hard to not say delicious. This is part 3. Not since Return of the Jedi has the 3rd installment been hotly anticipated.
What type of foods might we hear of today? What might be the price? What might be the venue? So let's find out. It's time for Gary to say, hey, Matt.
What's on the menu? Paint a picture with your words.
Well, we'll paint a picture, but Matt,
Yeah.
before you go, I must let the listeners know that we have a Patreon show that we release every week, a second episode of Watercooler. Subscribe at patreon.com/watercooler. And you get an extra dose of Chez Fondue, which Matt's been detailing about Austin, and he has a really great story about that floppy disk.
Yeah, he does.
That floppy disk store that he passed by. So anyway, go ahead, Matt.
So this is the best. My favorite way to start a segment is to have the intro song cut me off and then have one of the co-hosts leave the room. This is definitely a very encouraging start.
Dawson walked out.
I apologize for Dawson.
All right. Well, that's good. So I want to tell you guys about the incredible dinner that we had. This was several weeks ago now at a place called Hestia, which I discovered is the Greek goddess of the hearth. Hearth? How do you say that word?
Hearth.
Big fireplace.
Hearth.
Hearth? It's
And-
hearth. I've been saying hearth my whole life. That's the second time I've ever said hearth, but
Maybe I've said it wrong my entire life. I always thought it was hearth.
Yeah, I still am not
called a
sure.
hearth.
it's a hearth. Oh, like heart with
It's
an
a
H.
hearth.
Okay.
It's essentially like
Yeah,
a
that is
giant
correct.
fire pit. And that's what
the
this
end.
restaurant has.
Yeah.
Now, this place, their menu's divided up into a bunch of different sections. You can go really crazy and do the like $100+ tasting menu, which we did not do. But the rest of it is divided up into snacks, small plates, and entrees. And the snacks, if you ever go to a restaurant that has snacks, that's where you're going to end up spending the most money because you're getting charged $15 or $20 for literally a bite of food, which is it's a little frustrating. But if a place is classy enough, this place was classy enough, we decided we would get a couple snacks to start the meal.
Yeah.
So first thing we had
You are what you
was
eat, baby.
that's right. We had a smoked crab tart with lemon aioli, and it was basically like a little crab cupcake. And
crab cake?
again, we're talking.
Yeah,
it was.
I think you
but
just
much
got a
smaller.
crab cake,
Smaller.
dude.
Yeah.
Oh, you got a smaller crab
Did you
cake?
know that
Even smaller.
a crab
even
cake is
smaller.
actually a pie?
Oh yeah,
compared
Oh,
to what this was,
Yeah.
absolutely.
yeah. It's right next to the
we're
cheesecake
talking-
in the recipe book.
You know, crab cake, cheesecake, like everyone's favorite.
Yep.
Well, this was. I want to say delicious, but I'm
know
not
you
going
do.
to. So instead, I'm gonna say that it was out of bounds. That's really the best way that I
Wow.
would describe it.
I mean, don't rip people off though. You
Jesus,
come
Matt,
up with
the
your
original.
Own
For
segment.
Christ's sake,
Yeah,
you're a
jeez.
screenwriting major.
Yeah.
Well, it was a great way to start the meal. It was just like a little bite. You know, I thought maybe I could take it in 2 bites, but when you bit into it, the middle of it just came pouring out. So you really just got to shove the whole thing in your
The
mouth.
fuck was in it?
Yeah.
What do you mean it
Crab,
comes
dude.
pouring out? So crab
Really
comes
It was like
pouring out.
crab and cream and lemon. I mean, it was a flavor bonanza.
A
really.
bonanza.
And
That's what I'm
Yes.
talking
There we
about,
go.
baby. A flavor
All
bonanza.
right.
yeah. So great way to start the meal. And unfortunately, that was the best thing we had for a number of courses at this extremely expensive restaurant. The next thing we had was a mushroom custard. And I've told you guys one of my favorite dishes back in LA is this dish called chanwa mushi,
Chanwa.
which I've kind of described as it's kind of I'm trying to think of the right word, like a miso
Delicious.
broth, but it's a little bit more like more gelatinous, which is a kind of a weird word to use for it. But this one did not have any of the spice or any of the seafood that you would get in a chanwa mushi. It was just the mushroom custard with extra mushrooms on top. Mushroom, not my favorite, and it proved to be pretty mediocre, I gotta say. Which again, for the price, not too happy about it.
Now, real quick, Matt, if you
The next
say
dish we had-
shawarma one more time, I'm kicking you out of the Zoom. So you better hope that doesn't come up again.
I moved on. I've
Yeah.
moved on. I've moved on.
What was the
Here are
texture? It was
things-
like gelatinous and mushy.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. Well, here was one of the big problems with that dish and the next one I'm going to describe was the food temperature. And this was a very, very fancy place where you're being served by like multiple waiters throughout the experience. So I do not think that these dishes were sitting out for too long. I think this was just the way that they prepared it, but everything was just a little bit like lukewarm. It wasn't quite what you would want. And this where things got real crazy is we got scallops with beef tallow, and it was served in the scallop shell.
Tallow, like eagle's claws.
Fat, like beef fat, like
Okay.
the linings of like the intestines and stuff. It's
Fat
like
lining.
weird.
Beef.
Tallo.
Tallow.
Oh, there's a W.
Might be a W at the end.
Might
Yeah.
be.
But this
Gary
dish
said
did not
W.
deserve the W.
Yeah. No, we got the L.
Yeah.
We got
In
the
fact,
L on
got
this
2
one.
in the middle
And
of it.
This is only happened in a very small handful of times at a restaurant, but my wife, Julie, she couldn't eat it. She tried. She put
Really?
one bite in her mouth, and I just watched her eyes start to water
And she
as
just
she
went,
tried
"Hell
to,
no."
to force this down.
Was it the
Hell no.
Was it the flavor, the texture, the lack of flavor, the weirdness?
I think it was really just like the fat content. It was like a little bit. I actually didn't mind it so much, but it definitely had a very like fatty, just, you know, she's not really a big beef eater to begin with, so it was not the right dish to order. And again, the temperature, it was like, it wasn't hot scallop, it wasn't cold scallop, it was just kind of like room temperature, so it felt a little bit in the middle.
It was a mama bear scallop.
Do you think
I'm
it was
gonna skip over-
But you're saying it was supposed to be room temperature?
I think that's how this restaurant does it, because again, they're cooking everything in these giant hearth, in this giant like fireplace, and I'm assuming that it's just kind of getting wood burned and charred on the outside, so they're like, okay, this is done. But when you open it up, it's cooked, you know, the equivalent of like medium rare as opposed to like medium or even rare. It was just like not quite to that temperature that I would want it at.
I must say, seafood should not be room temperature. I don't think
I
I
agree.
don't take that risk. Just give it to me hot or give it to me cold.
It's like
pick
coffee.
a lane.
It's like coffee that way. I want it iced or I want it hot.
Exactly.
I don't want spit
Lukewarm,
temperature.
yeah.
That's no good.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had a vegetable course after that. I'm going to skip over it because I feel like I'm already running a little long here.
Correct.
But the entree that we had was halibut with fiddleheads, which are kind of like an herb, if you will, charred corn and brown butter. And it was actually like a caramely fish, which I never thought were two flavor combinations that I would want together. But it was actually absolutely fantastic. The dessert was spiced kabocha cake. And I found out kabocha is the kabocha. If you have ever gone to a Japanese restaurant and gotten the tempura and they give you that little bit of pumpkin as part of your mixed vegetable tempura, do you guys know what I'm talking about? Gary's not going to know.
Yeah. They sometimes do it with the carrots and shit.
Yeah. I thought it was like more like sweet potato or something.
Yeah.
Well, it's a type of squash, and they made basically a carrot cake out of that. And it was served with oat granola and apple and like a cream cheese foam kind of. So you would get a bite of this soft pumpkin cake, and then all of a sudden you get the crunch of the oat, which you didn't even see was there to begin with. So it was actually an incredible dish. All in all, I thought it started great and it ended great. The middle, not so great. And then the check came and I nearly had a fucking heart attack because that was one of the most expensive meals I've ever had. And it was not quite up to par.
How much was it?
But
North or south of 300?
North
Or south of 500?
Just tell us how much it was.
South. It was like $350.
Okay.
With the wine and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, we had 6 courses. I mean, it was a lot of food. But
it's like a fine dining estate, like one of the best places out there.
And I mean, let's be honest,
Yes.
Matt hasn't incurred any like big bills lately. I mean, he's good.
Yeah, I got all the money in the world. Definitely not. But let me tell you, for my next Chez Fondulé, I'll be reviewing an Italian restaurant that we went to for my wife's birthday. It was less than half the price, and it was one of the best meals I've ever had, ever.
Great.
So it's funny how that works that way. But you'll have to tune into the Patreon to hear that review. And until then, that's what's on the menu.
Hey.
All right. Nice, Matt.
All right, Matt. It is May 17th. I'm going to give you till July 4th, which is generous. But if you don't do a Chez Fondulé on P. Terry's, I'm going to fly out there and beat you up.
Well, let me tell you, Gary, it is on my list of Chez to do because we've been there several times, and I've got quite a lot to say about that place. Good things.
Good.
But that's what we call a tease. I want to get to this birthday dinner first, but I'll throw in a P. Terry's.
I give
after
you 6
that.
weeks. You're good.
Yeah.
All right.
So speaking of,
Hey, good job, y'all.
Good job, y'all.
You fucking Rembrandted that thing, dude.
See, I can't.
Thank
There's
you.
vocabulary.
You know
I just
what?
can't
You know what
pull
that
off.
review was, Matt? It was delectable.
Delectables. I like that. And look, you use a lot of the same letters as delicious, or at least the first 3.
It's a cousin.
All right. So you're talking about eating that crab cake, and that was like the best thing. And you start with the best thing, and then it's really just downhill from there, unfortunately. And I was thinking about that, like when you have a plate of food, and there's like, let's say there's 3 or 4 things on your plate, and one of them is, let's say, lobster. It's like the best thing on the plate. Are you waiting till the end before you eat that, or do you do it first? Like, when do you guys dive into the best part that you know is the best part of that plate?
Well,
It's going to depend.
as you
because-
guys know, when I open a bag of chips,
Oh, God.
I will
why did I
save
ask?
the best chips for last.
Can we bring
No,
up-
it depends on the dish. Something like lobster, I'm going to eat sooner because it's seafood and I want to have the temperature correct. But all things being equal, if I have 2 things on the plate that are fine at whatever temperature, I'll definitely save the better bite for the end.
That's, of course, the correct answer.
Okay. I was thinking that, but I get full.
Mm.
Do I want to eat this?
You get full?
Believe it or not.
I don't believe it because I've never seen you
I've
stop
never
eating.
seen it.
Oh,
never
I'll
seen
still
it.
eat, but I get full. And I don't enjoy it as
Yeah.
much. Like, I don't enjoy that bite of lobster, whatever the best part of the plate is. I don't enjoy it as much when I'm really full.
That's because it's cold.
So I'll
It's because you've been waiting, and
I've been
now it's a
waiting.
little cold.
yeah, but also I've been diving in first.
You got it.
I just dive like I want to enjoy this at its peak of where I want to be mentally when I'm enjoying this. And,
Yeah.
And so I dive into that stuff first, and then I'll do the sides and stuff closer
But
to
I'm-
the end. Because I'm okay if like I have leftover mashed potatoes, but if I fill myself up with mashed potatoes and then I'm stuck with the rest of that meal, that the more valuable part of the meal, that bothers me.
I agree.
Yeah. You got to parse it out. You do a little bit of everything. You kind of keep your eyes on what you want to save for toward the end. Make sure you save like an incredible bite to be your last bite. It's worth it every time, even if the temperature's not quite right.
When I'm eating a Neapolitan ice cream
and that's
sandwich,
what's on the menu.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
I thought you already did it.
I did too.
Yeah, dude.
I did already do it.
Oh.
I did. I was just
Trying to trick me into an outro. We don't do outros or
Well, you
Kalen
interrupted
here.
Dawson when he already gathered my attention because he's saying a Neapolitan sandwich.
Neapolitan ice cream sandwich. You know, the one with strawberry and
chocolate, vanilla.
Yeah.
I'll always go for the strawberry first,
Okay.
then the vanilla, and then the chocolate because it's the best.
What if the strawberry's in the middle?
It never is. It never is.
What kind of off-brand Neapolitan sandwiches are you
I
eating?
would like you to imagine a post-apocalyptic world where all of the Neapolitan sandwiches
And I would take my spife
your spife, correct?
and I would
You
split
have-
it and put it in the correct order and then eat it that way.
The problem, Dawson, is that you actually are eating the best one first because strawberry is 1,000 times better than the chocolate on a Neapolitan.
You're insane.
You got chocolate in every bite because of the cookie. What do I need
Insane.
chocolate and chocolate
Chocolate
for?
and
I want
chocolate.
chocolate strawberry.
Chocolate and chocolate.
Doss, this is the guy
Yeah,
who wanted.
start with the chocolate at the first, then you have the little palate cleanser with the vanilla, and then you end it with the equivalent of a strawberry dipped in chocolate.
Doss.
You get the tanginess and the sweetness.
This is the guy who wanted miso soup
Right.
as like the top soup.
Right.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
you get what I've been complaining about.
The chunga chunga mushi. That's what he
Cabo
eats too. Yes.
Yeah, the mushy chimichanga. Yeah, it's just. Oh, and by the way, can we just recognize as a group how underappreciated yet how important and amazing ice cream sandwiches are? Because there's never been a moment in my life, regardless of how full I am, if someone says, "Hey, ice cream sandwich," I am beyond stoked.
It's always yes.
Yeah, but see, that's when you're talking about the ice cream sandwich from my childhood that comes out of that wrapper.
Comes out of the wrapper.
I don't
It
want-
has a chocolate bread
Right.
or whatever it is, like the little.
And
it's
those-
soft.
Those are fantastic. But do you remember in the early to mid 2000s when everyone was trying to put ice cream in the middle of two gourmet cookies and calling it an ice
No,
cream sandwich?
that's not what I'm talking
That's called an it's
so
it.
good.
I want-
No. Don't do that. That's not an ice cream
You
sandwich.
know.
You can have your own thing. That can be a cookie sandwich.
Big Ed
that is
super
not an ice
saucer.
cream sandwich.
Yeah, I'm talking about they look. Yeah, they're.
It needs to
they're
look like a
soft.
brick. It
No,
needs to look like a fucking Nokia cell
bread,
phone.
The bread has air holes for breathing. I don't know
Exactly.
why, but there are air holes in them.
For deliciousness.
Why
Yeah,
is
you-
there? I've
you-
always wondered that too.
You unwrap them, and there's, of course, you're gonna get some of that peeling off onto the wrapper.
Oh, yeah.
I'll
You're eating
scrape
some
my
paper,
teeth
baby.
on that.
You're eating
Yeah,
some paper, baby. It's good.
yeah, I'm fine with it. And it's the texture of that ice cream's amazing.
I gotta say, ice cream sandwiches have made a big revival in my life in the past 2 years because there was a time where it was just like, I don't need that shit in the house because I'll eat it. But now that I have a toddler in the house, he wants them, so we have them. I finished off quite a few abandoned ice cream sandwiches.
See?
I don't
Oh,
care, I don't care
yeah.
how gross they are.
Oh, no.
I'm diving in.
Dive right in. That you're lucky.
That's my son. It came from me. I don't care. I got his germs. We're good.
Yeah, it came from me. All right, before getting into comments, I was talking to Dawson today. He's like, dude,
What?
I got a good neighbor story. And I thought, oh, I love good neighbor stories. And he's like, no, wait. I mean, I have a good neighbor story, like a neighbor being very good. So we're gonna hear that from Dawson. Tell us about your good neighbor.
All right, so more than half of my neighborhood is Armenian. They're all wonderful people.
Yes.
I'm really, really tight with like
Same.
6 of my neighbors.
Yeah.
And one of my neighbors owns a mechanic shop. And so I had to get my truck smogged in order to register it.
An automotive mechanic?
Yes.
Okay.
So I text the guy and I'm like, hey, dude, can I bring my truck in for a smog check? Do you do that? And he's like, yeah, come in anytime, whatever. So I go in on Friday. Bring it in Friday after work, pull right in, give the dude see my neighbor. We start chatting. I throw the keys to one of his workers. Worker goes in, does the smog check. And then this other Armenian dude comes out of the garage that I was drinking with a while back at the party at my Armenian neighbor's house. And him and I just got along really well. I'm like, brother, what's up, brother? Brother! So we're hanging out, we're hugging, we're talking, we're chatting. My neighbor says, So Mike, you like the wood shop? I see you go to the wood shop. I'm like, wood shop? What do you mean wood shop? You know, you smoke the wood. You go to the wood shop. Like, oh, weed shop. He goes, yeah, I saw a bag from wood shop on your garage bar. I guess he was walking by and he saw the Pack LA bag. It's a great little store on Lancashire. And he says, yeah,
Was that product placement?
I'm a 20% owner in that store. He said, call me up next time you go in, and I'll just give you all the samples for free. I'll just fucking give you a bunch of weed for fucking free.
Wow.
Then 5 minutes later, he says, oh, by the way, I'm taking my family back home. We're leaving the country for a month. Can I give you my keys and you throw pool parties at my house so that it looks like there's action there? Yeah, dude. I
can do that.
I'll throw pool parties in your backyard. I'm not going in your house. I'm not doing that. But give me the gate code, and yeah, I'll go do that.
Yeah.
And then to top it all off, and I tried to pay him, but you know, you can deny twice, but at that point, when they're trying to give you something, take it.
Yeah.
No charge for the smog check.
Nice.
No charge for the smog check. Keys to his pool for a month and free weed.
Damn.
And everybody talks about their really shitty neighbors.
Yeah.
You don't get to
Park
hear
their vans in
good,
front of your house.
Yeah, you don't really get to hear good neighbor stories. I'm fucking living a charmed life. I love my neighbors.
Yeah. A fully charmed life.
So anyway, that was my good neighbor story.
That is a saint of a neighbor you have. I love that. Sounds like you guys do get along, and I just can't wait, Gary. We're gonna get invited to a pool party coming up.
Sounds like it, man.
I hear there's free weed there.
That's what I heard too.
Yeah,
He's got a sweet pool.
and I hear we can just breathe at Dawson's exhaust because past smog.
Yeah.
Hang out behind a sail.
Yeah. So look, I'm excited. Sorry, Matt. Well, actually, Matt's
Yeah.
invited too. I bet, right?
And he says, my wife was asking
Who?
My wife was asking, when is your band gonna play again? He's like, because we were in the garage. We rehearse in the garage.
Oh yeah.
All the neighbors can hear it, but no neighbor has ever said, turn it off, you guys suck. They are always like stopping outside the driveway to listen through the garage door.
That's awesome.
But I would
That's
expect
great.
that the guy's wife would be like, shut up. No, he tells me that his wife's like,
They enjoy it.
this is good. We want to hear more of this.
Yeah.
Nice.
Let me know next time
When
we're
I
at practice. I want to have people over.
I have wonderful,
When I was
wonderful
growing up-
neighbors. Very
I'd
fortunate.
say so.
At my parents' house, their backyard is sort of butt up against several other neighbors' backyards, and we used to have a neighbor who had band rehearsals in their backyard, and they were terrible. And my parents called their band the Dying Cows because that's what they sounded like whenever they played. And these guys would just throw fucking rager parties. And there was more than one instant where somebody like flicked a lit cigarette over the wall and into my parents' yard and like burned a hole in their like lounge chair pad.
Wow.
It was their cops were called multiple times. It was not a good scenario.
Wow.
Punk band, the Dying Cows.
Mm-hmm.
If only.
I bet they should be. That's a great punk band name. I always get nervous about people hearing me practice. I get a lot of anxiety about it, and then also if people ask about the band or if I'm like taking a song request. My greatest fear is like, oh, any requests? Yeah. Stop playing.
Yeah,
If somebody
yeah.
says that to me,
I love that one.
I will kill myself.
That's a good
I will
one.
literally kill
Yeah.
myself. So
Just turn it in
I would
that
too.
day.
Absolutely.
yeah, so that always worries me. You guys want to get in some comments before we get out of here?
Let's do it.
Now it's time for listener
Well, too bad, Dawson. Well,
Yeah.
too
I'm
freaking
kidding, I'm
bad.
I
You
just
can be
always say no.
excused if you
I'm
like.
being contrary.
You're being facetious.
No, I'm being contrary.
Contrary. Yeah.
Because well, I guess I was being facetious.
Yeah.
I think we're going to need a ruling from Kalen on that.
That's Caitlin's favorite word. I don't know if he.
He does love it.
Yeah.
I know we had to flick it. I saw Kalen over the weekend. He says hi. I saw him in person.
I saw Kalen in person on Monday.
Oh, yeah. He came in on Monday as well.
Yeah, I saw him then too.
Is he really gone?
I texted him.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, yeah. Matt's texting him. I love it. All right. Let's go.
Giving him movie recommendations for him to watch on my behalf. It's just like old times.
Have you seen Candyman? Matt, the new one?
The remake that came out?
Yeah.
I did.
You like it?
It was not very good.
It got high reviews, but for the love of me, I had to read that wiki like 3 times to fully grasp what was going on and all the characters. And
why didn't you just watch the movie once?
Too scary, Dawson.
Yeah.
You can't handle it.
Scary.
Just the idea of looking into a mirror and saying the name Candyman 3 times is enough, I'm sure, to give Chris nightmares.
Brutally
let alone to watch people on film do it.
Yeah, and like even the wiki wrote brutal, like these people got brutally murdered, and I don't want to see that.
Speaking of Candyman, I saw Kaboom guy again over the weekend, and he brought his little dachshund. He brought his dachshund dog up on stage with him.
Wiener dog.
And he says something like, "Yeah, I got my dog here." And something like, you don't need the candy when you're talking to kids. And he goes, he made a fucking molestation joke and then fucking kaboomed it. Like,
I don't think he's going to make it.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
He's a dog as a prop. My wiener out. Kaboom.
Kaboom.
All right.
Yeah.
That's better. That's better writing than anything he's doing.
Yeah. Actually, he did say wiener.
You gotta say wiener.
He did.
Okay.
He did.
I went to high school, Los Alamitos. They have a racetrack there. Every year, they do the wiener dog races. It's a lovely event.
That sounds fantastic.
Yeah, you just watch these dogs.
Just wieners everywhere.
Wiener dogs just run. And there's a wiener schnitzel nearby, too. And it's not weird because they're not the same animal.
Correct.
So, all right. Just to be clear. Okay, so these are all comments found within our Facebook group, our lovely, lovely Facebook group. And before I read them, I want to remind everybody, if you want to join the Facebook group, just go to facebook.com/groups/BoboBoyArmy Worldwide LLC. Answer a few questions and we might let you in. It's my favorite place on the internet. And look, I know a lot of people aren't on Facebook or you're against Facebook. But I mean, with all the crap that's happening to Twitter right now, just hang out with us and Zuckerberg. We're still good. We're still floating. We're all right. So
is Mark a member? He hasn't posted. If he is,
he must be. I
His
would
cell
not
phone
be
definitely is.
I would not be
Yeah,
surprised.
definitely.
Mr. Zuckerberg. All right. This first one, this is Joey Manning, and he created a poll. And he says, guys, I have my own podcast. This isn't an attempt to get more listeners, which I appreciated because he didn't plug his podcast, so he's being serious. He's being authentic here. He said, that being said, if you were going to pick one of the Watercooler guys to have a guest on your own podcast, who would you pick?
I like these polls.
You like them? I don't like them. I was just gonna say I don't like them either. Well, Dawson with a commanding lead. Everybody wants
I know why you guys don't like these polls.
Well, Doss, everybody wants you on their podcast.
I'll do it.
You'll do it.
I'll do it. Anytime.
Hit up Doss.
You're gonna yawn. He's gonna yawn.
I will yawn a few
he'll
times. I'll probably be contrary a lot.
Yeah.
But I'll do it.
Check his watch a few times in the intro. But
I'm in.
Yeah, he's in. Dawson's a great podcast guest. He's done a few podcasts. And if anybody wants to hit up Dawson for their podcast, hit him up. Second place, me. Matt, third place. Gary, fourth place.
Ooh.
Ian Bag, fifth place. Kalen, sixth place.
When I looked earlier, Kalen didn't have a single vote, and I wanted to vote for him, but I didn't want to taint the poll, so I didn't.
Who'd you vote for, Matt?
Did anybody? I didn't vote for anybody because I'm an honest person.
Joey, it's a fun poll, sure, but to you and all the other people in the group, stop ranking us. I don't know if my ego can handle it. Stop ranking us. Anyway, it's just funny. Let's see. Tracy Lynn Solano says, Cheetos, crunchy or puffs? What do you guys like?
Crunchy.
No.
Fuck Cheetos.
Is
Always
it
crunchy.
Is it the flavor or the messiness? What is it? What don't you like?
It's the messiness and it's the crunchy makes me feel like I'm gonna crack a tooth, and the other ones are nothing. They taste like eating dirty air that's just fucking up my fingers.
Yeah, I don't like the air thing. I'm with
See,
I'm
Matt,
with you on the
that's
air
how you
thing.
describe food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But have you ever put Cheetos on a bologna sandwich? Oh, so good.
In lieu of cheese?
Yeah.
I'd
Bologna and
fuck
Cheetos.
with that.
I mean,
So good.
Look, chips on a sandwich are universally tends to work, and I would say that eliminates my problem with the Cheetos, which is kind of the delivery system is a pain in the ass.
I got a tool that you can use to eat those.
So do I. No thanks.
I love Cheetos. I love cheese Cheetos. I love Flamin' Hots. I love lime ones. I love them all.
Yeah.
I've been a crunchy guy my whole life. In fact, almost very close to anti-puff because I was so pro crunchy. I'm getting older. I'm leaning more towards puffs now. I'm starting to like the airiness of it.
Your teeth are getting soft.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, you have soft teeth now.
I have mushy,
They're more
I have
comfortable
mush
for
mouth.
you. Yeah, you
mush
can gum
teeth.
them.
Yeah, that's probably
See,
why.
Chris,
Because I do like just leaving them in my mouth and letting them soak.
You can actually crush. You can crush crunchy Cheetos puffs. You can crush them against the roof of your mouth just by using your tongue. You can just crush them. You don't even have to chew them.
You guys have a
Dawson's
lot of
flexing right now.
food mouth injuries. I don't know if I would suggest that.
No.
Just hearing the stories that I've heard.
Yeah.
Now, I'd like to think of the crunchy Cheeto as like the equivalent of like a burger or a New York strip. Like I'm happy to have that anytime it's being served. But when I get the puffs, that's like a filet mignon. That's like a special occasion. Things are really going well in my life if I'm
Yeah.
opening up a bag of puffs, you know?
Damn.
Yeah.
You know what I don't hear a lot of Guy Fieri doing is saying that foods remind him of completely different foods, and he's like, yeah, this sweet sandwich over here is just like the filet mignon of sandwiches. Get out of here, filet mignon.
Yeah, well, maybe he would be a better host if he did do stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because I would be like, oh, I know what that experience is like, and now I can relate it.
A couple things. Matt,
Sounds delicious.
you comparing Cheetos to filet mignon, a very apt analogy. Two, you saying that Guy Fieri needs to be a better host, you can go F yourself. Okay, because he's an amazing host. How freaking dare you? And he's a hero. He's a effing hero. The guy raised so much money for all the whole restaurant industry during the pandemic. Yeah, come on. How dare you? All right. But other than that,
You and my dad can hang out and watch Guy Fieri together. He's a big fan
Fieri,
as well.
Fieri.
You can have a viewing
I
party.
would love to.
Fieri,
I would love
please.
to.
All three of you have got to stop. The guy's from San Jose. No, Santa Rosa.
That's true. I can't confirm. He is from Santa Rosa.
So should we call our new employees from the Bay Area Vito?
Well, no, Vito's a Vito. You just don't call him Vito. You know?
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I know him.
Okay.
Guy
What's
Fieri.
Vito's last name?
Fieri.
Vito Vitolino.
All right, let's see here. Raymond Beltran Sr. created a poll. He just says, am I insane? My wife has been driving my car for a week, and she changed the display feature. I would always have it on miles left till empty,
Okay.
and the speedometer. Basic, clean information.
Sure.
She changed it to display the RPMs, the
Okay.
fuel gauge, and the temperature. It's an automatic. Who is the monster here?
Temperature's okay.
RPMs is ridiculous.
RPMs is ridiculous.
Silly.
But what I'm not hearing is fuel consumption. That's a good one to have on
miles
there.
left,
Well, the
right?
fuel
Nah.
gauge. There's fuel gauge.
I'm pretty cool without it.
Yeah, but sometimes if I'm driving on the freeway,
Tesla
Yeah.
Gary. What I asked
my
this?
truck gets 14 and a half miles to the gallon if I'm lucky. So if I can find that sweet spot and try to get like 17, 18 miles to the gallon, then I'm easing on that foot pedal a little bit.
Yeah.
As opposed to the hand pedal.
And trying to find that sweet spot.
I love as a person who drives a car that uses gas, Gary. I love the feature where it says how many miles left you have before you're empty.
Yeah.
That's like the most important feature, other than speedometer officers.
For the record,
But-
I have that on my car too.
Oh yeah, range. Yeah, you have your range thing. So yeah, I think that's the most important. So
Well, for
whatever
you
has
guys
that
who put in more than 20 miles to and from work, each way.
I go more.
Yeah, more than that.
45.
Then I can see how that makes sense because then you're like, okay, I can make it to work one more time before I got to get gas.
Yours is 45?
45 miles each way.
I'm 31.
Ooh,
You know what? Let's be real. 44. It's 44.
I'm like
brutal.
6.
Yeah, that's pretty tight. By the way, I will say I recently did for my first long road trip in my electric car.
Yeah.
It might not work for every electric car out there, but Tesla's got it figured out.
Yeah.
It was so simple. I stopped twice each way, and I stopped for as long as it would take to get gas, like 5 or 10 minutes. And at one of the places, because I was going up north to near where you live, Dawson, at the really big superchargers, they have like a lounge that you have to have a code that is on your car. So there's like an inside area with like a coffee shop and really nice vending machines, clean bathrooms, Wi-Fi. It was really nice.
Are these? So it's not a regular gas station
No.
with a charging port. It's an actual Tesla electric EV.
The one that I'm
charging
talking about
station.
is a Tesla-only supercharger that's got like 60 plugs, and then inside there's a lounge that has like a Tesla coffee bar, and they sell Tesla T-shirts. I don't know if you saw me wearing a Tesla shirt the other day. That was where I got that. But it's not. Most of them are not like that. That's a rare thing where they actually have a lounge.
So
But
you
they're-
think that it's over?
Yeah.
You got to sing that when you're rocking a Tesla shirt.
Before they had a
Right.
lounge, I went to Indio with Joe Coy to do a Koi Pond episode. We Tim Bradley Jr. was out there, and we went to like his practice, his gym or whatever. And yeah, they just had the superchargers like outside of a mall or something. And we stopped. We got a bunch of cookies,
Yeah.
and we just napped in his Tesla for I don't know an hour
Yeah.
while the thing charged. It was lovely.
You don't even. It doesn't even take that long though. Now that they've got them all spread out, if you plan it out right, you'll like stop for 10 minutes one time, stop for 7 minutes the other time, and you get there and you're done.
I want to know why Raymond Beltran Sr. is not calling himself Raymond Beltran the First.
You gotta.
You have a third. You have to have a third to be the first.
I don't subscribe to that rule. I'm Mike Dawson the First.
I was
So-
being encouraged to name my son after me, so we could call him Trey, because apparently that's the thing you do.
Yeah.
When you have a third.
That's right. Trey is a third. What's Chip? Chip might be second.
I think it's second. Chip
Yeah.
off the old block.
Yeah. So yeah, Trey. Yeah, Trey though. You can name him anything, but you call him Trey.
My friends couple of my friends still call my son Trey.
Oh, see, I'm all for that. So
Yeah.
Go ahead. So I meant to bring this up earlier, but Jen ran into an old high school friend from.
Did you say, "Excuse me"?
Gym. Yeah, she did. And then they recognized each
Couple.
other, and they began to converse. And like, oh, what's going on with you? Jen would ask. And let's say her name is Joanne. I'm sorry. There's a book that says Joanne.
It's a weird name for a girl.
Lauren. Her name's Lauren.
Sure.
And what's going on? Oh, me and my partner, we live out here now. We just got a house out here, and it's blah blah blah. And so I hear that, and I'm like, oh, she is gay. Because
You're so close-minded.
am I?
Yes.
If a girl says, oh, I live here with my partner, I don't know why, but I hear the word partner and I assume
It's because up till about 15 minutes ago, partner was the code that society used for I'm gay, but we're not going to talk about that openly right now.
oh, it's like a secret thing.
I think that when it was like, I think back when I was a kid, if you talked about partner, then the assumption was like, okay, they're gay, but like
I don't want to
we're
get
not
into
going
it.
to talk about that like publicly. It's just like that's her partner, like moving on. But I feel like these days, like straight couples and all kinds of couples have adopted the more general language so as to be inclusive and not exclusionary.
I think that's exactly right. Because
now they say fuck buddy.
oh man.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, I like what if like a guy
I know it's
said
really landed when Gary just clears his throat.
it. That's a good sign actually. That means you won. Like let's say new guy
I like to
Vito
say
that
me
we
and,
just
me and my slam friend.
the aforementioned Vito
Yeah.
is like he comes here. Oh, we asked, where do you live? Oh, I live with my partner in Burbank. What would you think?
And the cow goes.
So I say I know what Dawson would think.
I wouldn't know what to think.
You would just have it wouldn't even be a thing. It wouldn't even be a thought.
It'd be a thought, but I would just not address it because I wouldn't want to offend
Well, you wouldn't
him.
address it. It's like
Well, no, I wouldn't know what to think. Whereas 5 years ago, I would have gone, oh, okay, Vito's gay. Now I wouldn't really know what to think. I would just be like, well,
Does Vito listen to the show? Vito's gonna be like,
no,
guys, come on.
No, the new employee Ben is a subscriber, so it's probably gonna tell him.
Yeah.
By the way, Vito and Ben have been killing it and are learning super fast and have been great.
Kaylin asked me the other day, he's like, hey, how the show's been going with the new guys? And I looked at my best shows ever. Matt, best shows ever. Okay, yeah. I was just thinking about that. I was like,
it's weird, man.
It's a weird thing, but yeah, you're right. It doesn't matter anymore.
No, it's changing.
I could call Jen my partner. Do you think
Jen
she
is
would
your
be upset
partner
if I referred to her as my partner?
I would use teammate.
I
Use teammate. She's my teammate.
do use that.
Yeah.
He's my
Just
co-star.
use fuck buddy. It's everyone knows what it means.
All right, you're right.
Co-star. Jesus. That's right.
Yeah. Let's see here. Let's do a couple.
Co-star. My co-star.
Slut pal.
Oh, we are off the reservation now. Okay.
You can't say that, dude.
I don't co-sign.
You can't say off the reservation.
I don't co-sign anything
dude.
that's
That
happened
is so-
since Chris was like, "Hey,
so
Jenny ran into
racist.
this chick."
That
That
is
was when
so
I stopped
racist, Chris.
co-signing all of this.
Oh my god.
I can come back to the show if you'd like.
I think you should go sit Indian style for a while.
Oh my
That's
god.
Think about
crisscross.
what you
No,
said.
Dawson, that's crisscross applesauce.
That's right. I mean Indio style.
See, but then that's a whole different thing.
Right.
Don't do that either. Crisscross applesauce.
Indigo girls.
That's when you put chips on the sandwich.
That's right.
You want me to
That's
come
right.
back?
That's a good. You know what, Matt? Next time you meet somebody that's a little dim, just say, "There's not that many chips on that guy's sandwich."
It was just a lot of
Yeah.
quick thoughts. I ended up with putting my moxin in my mouth. I gotta remove it and just go.
Hmm.
All right. So
Jesus Christ. Oh wait, this isn't even Patreon.
Let's get
Vito can get this.
let's
Damn
get
it,
let's
Yeah.
get back on the reservation.
Vito. I don't co-sign any of this.
all right, let's see here.
And I'm back.
Yeah, see, that's how good the Patreon shows our listeners. Curious, like, oh, this nonsense must be a Patreon show. All right.
You know, Vito probably got hired because his name is Vito.
That's not true at all.
Yeah,
Can't confirm. Yeah, love that
Definitely,
name.
it's definitely not true.
100% true.
Love that name.
Adam was like, "Yep, let's hire a guy."
Yeah,
named
Dawson,
Vito.
because Adam was sitting
Yeah.
in on the interviews.
He said, "Let's hire this guy named Vito."
When I was doing the interviews, one of the guys was like, "Yeah, my name's Eric, but they call me the Blackfish."
That was in the interview,
Yeah, I loved him. I freaking
but
loved
that
him.
ruined him.
Loved him.
No,
Did not get hired though.
well, there were other.
Potential
Well, I
down the
don't
road.
believe it or not. I hire other, not based on just solely on their
No,
name.
not on nicknames.
Really? I mean, if your name's the Blackfish.
I mean, we hired Kaylin, the Blackfish. It was just pretty badass.
That's
It's like
fantastic.
That's what you
All
come with
Kaylin
to
had
the
to
interview.
do was say, "My dad's Michael Bean."
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kaylin handed me his resume.
It didn't work for his brother.
Kaylin handed me his resume, and it was just a DVD sleeve of The Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was.
But we asked his
like,
brother
oh.
for a resume and he didn't have anything, so that won.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
That was
that's
good.
how it happened.
Originally the interview was for his brother, and then Kaylin was like, "Hey, I want to get in on that."
That is the equivalent of like me getting a modeling audition, and I go, "Dos, will you come with me? I just need the support." I've never done a modeling audition before. I don't know. I just don't want to go alone. Dawson goes, "Okay, I'll accompany you," and then I do it, and they go, "Hey, who's your friend?" And then they offered Dawson my modeling job.
Wow, this is a weird story.
It's a
No,
tried and
perfectly-
tested
It's a perfectly reasonable thing. I
true
agree.
ABC special story. They do that all the time. It's a very popular thing. Okay. Spencer Smith writes, Matt, call a towing company. Have that van that your neighbor has that parks in front of your house. Call a towing company. Have her towed to the side of her side of the road.
Hey, Dawson, buckle up and get some sleep on Wednesday night because all the Patreon comments are about this. 100% of the Patreon comments are people with ideas for Matt for how to fuck this lady over.
Oh my god.
So just buckle up.
Leave it alone.
I
Matt.
cannot wait.
Leave it
That was a
alone.
Dawson,
brilliant
you don't
idea,
understand.
and I told
This
that
name-
toaster as much. I think that's hilarious.
Well, what has she done lately?
Yeah, do you have an update on boring
I mean, has it
Parkgate?
escalated, or is she
It's
now
what she
parking?
hasn't done, Dawson. She has not moved her car.
All right.
Yeah.
So you've realized
Has
at
not
this point
escalated
that she
this
will
week,
never
but-
move her car, right? This is what she's done for years, and you are just new to the neighborhood and learning to suffer.
Yeah. Her house is across the street, but she lives rent free in Matt's head. Yeah.
Hi, Taco.
That's right.
Taco just appeared for all the people watching on YouTube. Now,
Hi, Taco. How are your allergies?
Hanging in there.
Good.
We're getting a second opinion.
I will say, Matt, that's while a great idea and funny, be careful about that. I remember one time. So we used to have those dodgeball games.
The snake.
Where I became the snake.
That's right.
And before we did it at the TJ Maxx parking lot, one of the old sites was the parking structure at Cal State Long Beach. And we always did it like on the second floor. It was perfect because they had the walls and the balls would just bounce all over the place. It was a blast. But
That's good acoustics.
there are people, great acoustics, a lot of verb. But sometimes people go to night classes. So on our court, there'd be a single car in the middle.
What's the RTO in that room?
RTO.
Like a good 6 seconds?
The time?
Return to zero?
Less. It's probably like 4.
Got a lot of openings.
Yeah. There's some
A lot of
there's some
escaping.
open area. So I remember this one time. There's a white Civic just parked right smack dab in the middle, and we couldn't play our game. And we're thinking, what do we do? Now there are 30 people, 30 guys
You
here.
lift that car and you move it.
That's completely.
You lift a car with 30 people.
That is exactly right. No, we didn't use everybody. I mean, gosh, everybody couldn't even get a hand on that thing. But we picked our biggest guys, and they said, let's not even move it like far. We just got to move it to where we can, clear court. So these guys just got around this Civic and just grabbed it like it was like a Mentos commercial, that one where they popped a few Mentos, Mentai, and they grabbed the car and they lifted it. And you just see like the suspension, like the wheels are just drop as this thing gets lifted by its bumpers. And like we were not using jack points. All right, we were just straight up lifting this thing by whatever. And they ended up moving it. We were playing the game. The guy comes back.
That's fantastic.
He walks back, and he is so confused as to why his car is now on the other side of the structure.
That's pretty awesome.
And he's not happy. Dude's not happy. He's just, and we had to go and be like, look, we got a dodgeball game. We got to play.
Oh, no. You guys got to deny till you die.
Deny, yeah.
What are you talking about? I don't know what are you talking
even
about.
Volunteer.
How do I know where you park?
We were young. I don't know.
Oh.
We're sorry. And he just
You
not
gotta
talk.
learn from Shaggy. It wasn't me.
And he's just so mad, but he's so tired because he just.
Scary.
That was for you, Matt.
We all know the popular Shaggy song. We don't. You don't need. You don't need.
Yeah, sure I do.
See, I'm just kidding. And so yeah,
Wow.
that's it. So yeah, now you
That's
just
good.
messed up my
You
YouTube
caught me
algorithm.
on
Thank
camera.
you. Stop it. Anyway, so this guy, he's tired. He just had a long class. He's just like, F it. I just gotta get out of here. Goes, opens his car door, gets in.
Please tell me the bumper falls off.
Car won't start.
Oh,
Car won't start.
Dumbasses.
Yeah. That
Shouldn't have said anything.
so does he start blaming you guys for that?
well, luckily a couple of the guys are like car guys, and they went over there and helped him get it all set up. And
They're not car guys, Chris. They're car y'alls.
Yeah, that's right. Look at that full circle.
Hey,
And
when I was in San Francisco many years ago, probably post college, definitely on a budget, I had to take the bus from downtown San Francisco back to the airport. It was a very early morning flight, and so I was on this bus that was making stops all throughout San Francisco, and there was nobody else getting on the bus except for me. And the driver said to me, there's not going to be anybody on this coming on for at least another half an hour. Do you mind if I put some music on? I said, yeah, man, do what you want. And you know what he put on?
Shaggy.
He put on the entire album of Shaggy, including It Wasn't Me. For 45 minutes, it was just me and this bus driver just fucking bouncing our heads for fucking 45 minutes. It was great. I'll never forget it.
that sounds like an incredible experience. If you're alone on the bus and you're interacting with the bus driver, where are you sitting?
I'm sitting at the front, baby, front row. I get car sick. You kidding me? Come on.
Okay,
Come on,
I was just curious if you guys are bobbing your head and both enjoying it. You're still close enough.
Yeah. I was like in the passenger seat, the equivalent of that.
Oh, okay. Nerd alert. Sitting up front with the Mr. Bus Driver, huh?
He's sitting where the head coach sits.
I got to look out that big window. I got to get out the big window, dude.
They were teammates.
All right, and look, we've gone on long enough. We could do the rest of the comments next time. So anyway, those are comments.
That never ends up happening.
Really?
Though.
Well,
I feel like we say that every week.
no, I do. I save them.
Oh, you do?
I'll save them.
Whenever I'm hosting.
I don't delete.
They get read.
Yeah, it's just this week.
Oh, okay. No,
I'm
I'll
not
delete.
saving.
No, Patreon. I'll just do this week sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
Facebook, I go.
All right.
I archive them. We got a lot of good comments here that I saw. So I can't wait to get to them. Stick my teeth into some of your mints. All right. Anyway,
You know what?
Ew.
What are you gonna stick your teeth in?
Some mints.
Some men's.
Yeah, baby.
Mentai.
Oh.
We doing comments. Some mints.
yeah. All right. Let's get our. Let's
You're
go.
breathing over here, dog. Get on board.
I'm breathing. All right. Let's go around and get our plugs in though, and I will start with Mr. Gary Smith. Gary, what do you suggest we check out?
Yeah.
He was not ready for that.
I'm very tired.
Chunk Nibbles on Amazon.
Chunk Nibbles on Amazon. Thank you guys so much for rating and reviewing. He says it's been an overwhelming response. I'm actually going to see him in a few weeks, so it'll be very nice to celebrate with him. And also Reasonable Doubt and Beyond a Reasonable Doubt. Subscribe to Adam's YouTube channel and the Reasonable Doubt YouTube channel, youtube.com/Reasonable Doubt Podcast.
Boom. Also, Gary, a lot of people in the comments not happy with how you talked about Michigan.
I weighed in and I
I'm just saying.
I weighed
saw
in.
some of them.
I weighed in. I explained myself, and then the original commenter came in and was like, "Oh yeah, that kind of sucks."
Yeah.
I deleted that comment, by the way, where I responded to the gentleman and defended myself because I'm afraid that someone in my family will see it and get frustrated. So,
I'm cover those.
Done talking about Michigan.
Cover those.
Save it for the Patreon, man.
Do the Patreon.
Oh, you guys are cool, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna do a meetup. We're gonna do a meetup. I'll talk openly in the meetup.
All right.
That's
I
coming
like
up soon, right? Next week?
I don't know, Matt.
Following week?
Part of the show moved to Texas, so I got to coordinate.
it. Yeah.
Oh, like I've been the scheduling issue? Fuck off. I'm fucking here on time every time.
Listeners of Beyond a Reasonable Doubt will know that you're sometimes early.
Yeah.
Yes, the meetup is
little
coming
too
sometime
early.
before the end of the month. We will figure it
Yeah.
out.
And once again, check out Beyond Reasonable Doubt. And for the YouTube watchers, Matt Fondler makes a little cameo if you're interested in singing.
If you watch very closely on Beyond a Reasonable Doubt from today.
Yeah, Matt, what do you suggest you check out?
Well, I would suggest you check out our Patreon if you haven't already. Patreon.com/Watercooler. I don't know if people know this, but that money that you're paying goes directly to us. You're not paying anybody else, you know? So if you love the five of us, give us each $1 a month. We'd appreciate it. And you can follow me on Twitter at Matt Fondelier.
Yeah, right now it is the only way to actually support this show.
I'm working on it.
With what? What do you mean?
There'll be other stuff to support soon.
There'll be other stuff, but we're figuring it out. But
Ugh.
anyway, yeah,
Patreon's fun as shit. We have movie nights. We do Zoom meetups where we talk all kinds of wild shit.
it's actually a great time. Like you'll
really
get your
fun.
money's worth. We promise you. All right,
I'm
Dust.
also instituting a no yawning policy
Good
on
luck.
the Patreon
Good luck
feed,
enforcing that.
So
Good luck enforcing that. From
yes,
Texas.
might be tough.
Fighting
Let's
words.
just say I know people in studio who
Yeah.
might be able to
That's
help
true.
out.
It's also good luck enforcing it. There's nothing I can do about it.
By the way, on top of being fun, we should also say that when you subscribe to Patreon, you get outros and you get Kalen. It's the only way to get
Pretty good
outros
deal.
or Kalen.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. You want outros? You want
And
Kalen?
you have access to the entire library. There are over 69 more episodes, right? Or maybe we're about
There's
69
over 96
episodes.
more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're almost at
Plus,
100.
how many movie nights have we done so far?
Yeah.
It's a good deal.
Coming up on 12. Yeah.
Lots of content. Get your summer ready. All right, Das, up to you.
Well, if you like yawning, come and see me do comedy on Thursday night. I'm at the Comedy
Good plug.
Chateau, and I ripped on him right when I did my audition. I just did the first 20 seconds was like, it's a little too classy, dude. What's in North Hollywood? Le Chateau du Comédie. What the fuck you guys thinking? This place used to be a goddamn restaurant. Anyway, fucking, I'm at the Comedy Chateau. I got the gig. I'm at the Comedy Chateau. Thursday night, 8 p.m. And if you follow me on Twitter at the Dos Angeles, or just Dos Angeles, not the at Dos Angeles, I got the ticket link there, and with the code, all caps, Mike D, one word, tickets free. And I tried it out, and I clicked the ticket link, and I just went, I want one ticket, and then I put in the promo code, and then I hit checkout, and total was $0. So it works. So on Twitter is that link. It's a pretty big room, and if tickets are free, and it's in North Hollywood, and you're around, please come out. It's going to be fun.
I love that. Comedy Chateau. Dawson doing some stand-up. Got a great deal for you. Now, Dawson, I saw you post this on Facebook. I think you put the wrong promo code. Because I saw the promo code as Mike's. Like all cap Mike's, not Mike D.
Oh, S is right next to D.
It's right next to D. So
he did it right.
You
he did it right. I saw it.
Oh, he did it right.
It's Mike
okay.
with the D.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, he did do it right.
Okay. Then I just read it wrong. All right. Anyway,
and if it's wrong, then I'm fucking crazy. But I thought I saw it correct.
No, I trust you over me. 1,000,000%, Matt. You're
Me
very
too.
reliable. And as for me, a couple things. First off, Joe Coy's movie Easter Sunday coming out in August. Watch the trailer on YouTube. It has like a gazillion views on it already.
Looks fantastic.
Watch it. It's incredible. Also, I'm playing music at the Wilmore Wine Bar in Bixby, Long Beach. May 28th. It's a Saturday, May 28th. And and Dawson and I are going to be performing at the Corolla Show this Friday at Huntington Beach. So if you have tickets to that, come early. I'll be playing some music. Dawson will do some stand-up. We'll have a good time. And that will do it for today's episode of Watercooler. We'll see you later this week for Patreon. Bye, y'all. Love you.